students, in this video we will discuss about the allocation methods. So allocation method means file allocation methods. So once you create a file, the operating system must allocate an space to the file in the disk. So what do you mean by file? File is nothing but collection of related information which is stored in the secondary storage device like hard disk. So whenever I write a file, the file will be saved in the hard disk. So in order to save the file, first operating system allocate a space to the file in the disk. So how this allocation will be done? In three ways. So first one is an contiguous allocation, linked allocation, indexed allocation. So these are the three methods. By using these three methods, operating system can allocate the space to the files. Okay, so first we will discuss about the continuation or contiguous files. So in this contiguous files means the files will be allocated in a sequential manner. Sequential means in the continuation manner. So see here, so is there hard disk means secondary storage devices. Hard disk is nothing but an secondary storage device. So in this particular disk, what we are having the blocks. So we are having the 11 blocks here, 0 1 2 3 4 5 so on up to 11 blocks. So in this particular blocks, files will be stored. So in the starting video we'll discuss about these things. So files are stored in the hard disk. So disk is nothing but we are having the disk blocks. So in this particular disk blocks, files are the smallest unit in this particular disk blocks. So files are stored in this particular blocks. So how the operating system allocate the space means in the sequential manner, in the continuation manner. So we will see having the table here, is the table here we are having. So is the first we are writing file name. What are the attributes we are having? File name, start, length and allocating the blocks. So number of allocating the blocks. So these are the files. We are having text files or video files or document files, source files, object files. So many types of files we are having. So we'll see here what's the first file I am writing here. abc.txt is a text file. Is a text file. So what it allocation block number is 0. Starting with the block number is 0. Is the length is 3. How many blocks it will be allocated means 3 blocks. You see here allocated blocks, length is 3 and starting with 0. So 0 starting with 0 and length is 3. 1 2 3. So total 3 blocks will be allocated for first file. So next file is here video.mp4. So it's a video file. So as the starting address 4th block. So after the 3 4. How many what is the length of that particular file is 2. So allocated blocks are 4 and 5. So see here, so first 3 are allocated for abc.txt file and next starting address is 4. Next starting address is 4. So continuously we are allocating the blocks. After 4 we are getting 5. So 2 blocks, 4 and 5. Okay. Next one is an some document file. So what is the starting address of document file? 9. So here is the 9. Here is the 9. So what is the length of that particular block is 3. So 9, 10, 11. So in this way the blocks will be allocated in a continuation manner. So that is called as a continuation allocation. So now we'll see the what are the advantages and disadvantages. It is very easy to implement and very we will get an excellent read performance. It can support the random access into files. You can randomly access that particular files. So here's the disadvantage is the disk will become fragmented and it may be difficult to file grow. So if you want to increase the file length, it is not possible. So it is the main disadvantage of using the contiguous allocation. So the next method is linked list allocation. So name itself linked list. What do you mean linked list? We already learned in the C subject, right? Linked list. What you are having the linked list? We are having the node, and next we are having the pointer variable. Pointer variable means it stores the address of the another variable. So same here, we are following the linked list method here. So we'll see here, this one each and everything is a block number. Each and everything is an block. So total hard disk, let it be, is a total hard disk. So in this hard disk, each and everything is an block. Each and everything is a block. So what's the each and every block containing the file data and address of the next block. Two things we are having, node as well as address of the next node. Means in the same way, in the linked list allocation we are having the file data and address of the next block. So these are not in continuation manner. These are not in continuation manner. So this is nothing but an linked list. But in the case of continuation allocation, we are allocating blocks continuously for a file. For a single file, we are allocating the spaces continuously. Okay, but in the case of linked list, the spaces are allocated not in a continuation manner, is a random manner. See here, so is the block number, this is 7. So these are the block numbers 7, 2, 10, 8. These are the block numbers. Okay, so is the first one is 7 and second one is 2 and third one is 10, fourth one is an 8. So those are not in a sequence manner. And how they are interlinked with? By using the linked list concept. We are having the data as well as the address of the next block. So is the data is nothing but an file data. So this is about the linked list allocation. Now we will see the what are the advantages. There is no external fragmentation with the linked allocation. Next, file can continue to grow as long as free blocks are available. Means if you want to add extra blocks to the file, it is possible in the case of linked list. Okay, and next advantage is directory entry will only contain the starting block address. Means it only contains the first, what is the first block in the linked list, that address will be stored. We'll see here, if you want to access this particular file, only it having the first block address. So the directory having the first block address. So that is the main advantage of linked list. And I will see the disadvantages. So random access is not provided, and one more thing is linked list means we are having the pointers, right? So what is the main use of pointers? It stores the address of the another block here. Okay, so in order to store the pointers, we require some space in the disk blocks. So in order to store the pointers, we need a space in the disk blocks. So this is the one more disadvantage of using the linked list. So next one is, if any problems will occur in between the linked list means one link will be connected with the another link will be connected to the another one in the chain order we are connecting. If one of the link will be broken, so the total file will be corrupted. So that is the disadvantage of using the linked list allocation. So next one is an indexed allocation. Indexed allocation, we'll see here. In this particular indexed allocation, we are having the hard disk. Within the hard disk we are having the blocks, and within the block we are storing the file data. Okay, so here among these blocks, it takes one of the block number as its index. One of the block number as its index. In that particular block index, we are having the another block's data. In that block we are having the another block's data. For example, see here we are having totally 15 blocks we are having here. So among 15 I am taking 11 as an index block. So which are connected like this. So 11 is connected with 6, 10, 13, 14, 15 as well as 3. So those things we are written here. Okay, so within the 11 is an index number. in this particular index numbers, block numbers are stored. If one of the block is corrupted, for example 3 is corrupted, okay, so there is no problem at all with the another blocks. Why? Because it is directly connected with the 3. If the problem is 3, it will be link will be deleted, so there is no effect for the another links. Okay, so this is about the indexed allocation. But in the case of linked list, one block will be connected to the another block. If any one of the link will be broken, total file will be corrupted, but it is not in the case of indexed allocation. So now we'll see the advantages. So it will support the direct access. And one more thing, a bad data block causes the loss of only that block, So he already discussed, if one of the block is corrupted, only it will be damaged to this particular block only, it does not affect of the remaining blocks. And next, so we'll see the disadvantages. A bad index block could cause the loss of entire file. Means we are taken 11 as here index number. If that block is bad, any problem is occurring in that particular index, the total file will be collapsed. Next, size of the file depends upon the number of pointers index block can hold. So how many pointers we are having in that particular block, that is the size of that particular file. Next, having an index blocks for a small file is totally wasted. So it is not possible for a small file. And more pointer overhead. So more number of pointers we are using here. So in order to store the more number of pointers, more memory is wasted. So these are the 3 different allocation methods for file.